If you clicked on this video, you're either new to Bluelock Rivals or you've been playing for a while and you just want to know which style is going to get you easily dropping 5 points per game. So let's get this tier list started. This is how the tier list is going to look, with D as the lowest tier, going on up to S tier, because I don't really believe any style in this game deserves F tier. We'll be starting this list alphabetically, so IQ's up first. When IQ got introduced, he was a legendary, then he ruined the game. He was insanely broken when the game dropped. They moved him up to mythic, and then he's gotten nerfed a few times since then, and it's looking like the devs are going to change him back down to legendary. Going based solely off how good he is in this moment, I'm going to give him a low A tier. His moveset is good, but the force defense requires you to be extremely close, and the charge is pretty inconsistent. Next up is Batra, and I'll let you guys know right now, this style being an epic is absolutely insane to me. Batra has one of the best awakenings, if not the best awakening in the entire game, and for that alone, I'm going to place him into a high A tier. Just a quick notice, if two styles are on the same tier, the one on the left is the one that's higher ranked on the tier list. Moving on to Chigiri, we have one of the two rare styles in the game, so you can't expect too much, and although his moveset is pretty simple, it's still effective in game. The main downside is that his awakening isn't that useful, so he's getting a solid C tier. Gagamaru is up next, and this style is honestly pretty slept on. Gagamaru on defense is a real threat and plays similarly to the way Nagi traps the ball mid-air. Good B tier for Gagamaru. Moving on to another epic style, we have Hiyori. Nothing too special about this style. His pass can be used as a shot, but your teammate has to be competent enough to set that up for you. His dribble move is pretty good too. There's nothing too special about it. We'll give him a high C tier. Next up, I already know some of y'all in the comments are about to be going crazy, but I'm putting Asagi in D tier because he is without a doubt the worst style in the game. One of the newer styles we have is Karasu. There honestly isn't too many negative things to say about this style. He's pretty solid on offense and defense. His awakening is pretty average though, so he's a solid A tier pick. Moving on to Kunigami, this is easily going to be placed in the S tier as the first S tier style on this list. His moveset is insanely easy to use, nothing complicated about it. It's broken on offense and defense. His awakening has two shots that are really easy to use, and the style is just overall insanely good. Next up is King, aka Baru. There isn't too much going on with this style, to be honest. He's a pretty basic style. He's been reworked a few times, but he's never become too broken or anything like that. Honestly, I think Baru and Batra should switch places, making Baru an epic and Batra a legendary. Either way, B tier for Baru. On to my favorite style, we have Nagi. This is the perfect all-around style, great on defense, great on offense, and the only reason I'm not placing Nagi in S tier is because the style does require a good amount of skill, unlike some of the free goals you can get with S tier styles. Otoya is up next, and when this style first came out, everybody was gassing him up, saying this was a S tier style, best style, this and that, but that was all hype because he was new. This style is average at best, and the invisibility for a few seconds almost never has an actual impact on the game. B tier for Otoya. Moving on to Rin, we have one of the first mythic styles in the game with the all-around great moveset, with the curve shot getting caught a decent amount of times against a good goalie, but in the average Bluelock Rivals match, those aren't what you're playing against, so his curve shot is pretty great at getting free goals. This is a solid pick for an S tier style. Next up is the other mythic added at the same time as Rin, and you could argue he is equally as good as Rin, if not better. I'm going to place Sai lower in S tier than Rin simply because he takes a bit more skill to use properly, and the perfect pass is a little bit inconsistent. On to the last S tier style of the list, we have Shidu. Even after all the nerfs and reworks, he is still insanely easy to get goals with, even against a decent goalie. For the last style of the list, we have Yukimiya. This one hurts because I'm gonna have to place him high A tier. Pre-nerf, this style was insane and brought the easiest goals in the game, but now you can't do one dribble move without losing all your stamina. Drop a comment letting me know if you guys agree or disagree with this tier list, and subscribe if you want to watch my daily Bluelock Rivals streams.